Do you believe that some of the most notorious plays in NFL history were actually allowed? Surprisingly, a number of the dirtiest tricks in the NFL's playbook, though perfectly legal at the time, posed serious threats to player safety and led to severe injuries. Let's find out NFL's darkest secrets were hidden in plain sight and how the plays that crossed the line and got banned. The NFL has undergone significant changes over the years, and some old school plays would be considered crazy today. One such play is the horse collar tackle, which was a nasty move that involved grabbing a player's collar and yanking them to the ground. This play was commonplace until December 20th, 2004, when the Roy Williams rule was enacted, banning this dangerous technique. Williams himself was infamous for using this tactic, and it ultimately led to the injury of several players, including Terrell Owens. Just this year, the hip drop tackle has also become worthy of a personal foul and 15-yard penalty. The ban followed a 2023 play in which Logan Wilson injured Mark Andrews, sidelining him for 8 weeks. Similar to the horse collar tackle, this play was deemed particularly dangerous because it involved grabbing a player and dropping their hips to trap their legs, which could lead to serious leg and knee injuries. One of the sillier plays in NFL history is the fumble rooski. On September 10th, 1978, during a game between the Raiders and the Chargers, Ken Stabler fumbled the ball forward, Pete Banaszak fumbled it again, and Dave Casper finally picked it up and scored a touchdown. This play, known as the Holy Roller, helped the Raiders win and led to a new rule. Now, if a fumble occurs on 4th down or after the 2-minute warning, only the player who fumbled can advance the ball. This rule change effectively ended the intentional fumble rooski play. One of the most ferocious moves in NFL history was the Deacon Jones head slap, inspired by Muhammad Ali. Jones, a defensive legend, would punch or slap offensive linemen in the head to confuse them and get by for a sack. While this sounds crazy today, it was legal in the 1960s and early 1970s. After Jones retired, the move was banned in 1977. Getting smacked in the head by a 6'5", 272-pound player every play? No wonder they banned it. During his career, Jones made full use of the legality of this move, accumulating 173.5 sacks, a number that would place him third on the all-time sack list. Modern-day offensive linemen are extremely relieved that the head slap is no longer allowed.
When there was still a wedge unit on kickoff return.
I was a part
You
of that.
believe that used to be a thing?
I wish it would never.
Another dangerous and injury-prone strategy was the wedge block, which was banned in 2009 due to its high rate of dudes getting blown up. This involved 2 or more players forming a wedge and blocking a runner together, a perfect recipe for concussions and other serious injuries. The NFL has since cracked down on such dangerous plays to ensure player safety. Despite its banning, the wedge block remains an interesting footnote in NFL history. There is a fine line between a hard hit and unnecessary violence in the NFL, though, like in 2017 when Juju Smith-Schuster blindsided Vontaze Burfict. Fans loved it, but Juju got suspended for a game because it was deemed too rough. This shows how players have a hard time holding back when they see a perfect opportunity to crush their opponents, especially hated rivals. Basketball players have also made a splash in the NFL in unusual ways. Typically, basketball players become great tight ends due to their height and agility. For example, in 1969, Morris Stroud, a 6-foot 10-inch player, became the NFL's version of Dikembe Mutombo. The Kansas City Chiefs coach, Hank Stram, used Stroud's height to block or deflect field goals, similar to blocking shots in basketball. This tactic was eventually banned and became known as the Stroud Rule. Despite this, players like Randall Cobb still try similar feats, like his attempt to block a 63-yard field goal by David Akers in 2012. One of the more silly and controversial plays that got banned due to its potential for creating chaotic and unfair situations was called the Holy Roller. This happened in a 1978 game between the Oakland Raiders and the San Diego Chargers. The Raiders deliberately fumbled the ball forward down the field until it reached the end zone, where a Raiders player fell on it to secure the game-winning points. The NFL quickly changed the rules to prevent such plays from happening again, ensuring that the spirit of fair play was upheld. Another play that was banned is the fake slide, but some quarterbacks figured out how to use this rule to their advantage. One of the most famous examples was in the ACC championship game when Pittsburgh Panthers quarterback Kenny Pickett faked a slide, causing defenders to hesitate, and then kept running for a 58-yard touchdown. Some people thought it was a dirty move, but it was legal at the time. However, this play showed a loophole in the rules, leading the NFL to ban the fake slide to keep the game fair and safe. Another banned move that left its mark on the game is the leap over the line of scrimmage, a tactic popularized by Troy Polamalu of the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you watch the Steelers in the 2000s and 2010s, you know no one did it like Polamalu. He would time the snap count perfectly, leaping over the O-line to stop the opposing team in their backfield. Polamalu's perfect timing made this move iconic, and soon players started using it to block field goals. However, in 2017, the NFL deemed it too dangerous for everyone involved and banned the move. A play that left many officials scratching their heads occurred during a Ravens game, where they intentionally held the opposing team's players to drain the clock. This tactic, known for its ridiculousness, was 100% legal at the time. Games can't end on defensive penalties, but they can end on offensive penalties. According to the NFL, this could have been considered a palpably unfair act if done twice in a row, but since it was done only once, it remained within the rules. The Ravens are known for this tactic, most famously using it in Super Bowl 47 to shave off 8 seconds, keeping the 49ers offense off the field for a final play. In a recent game between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets, Coach Bill Belichick employed a strategic tactic to manipulate the game clock. With the Patriots leading 33-0 in the fourth quarter, Belichick intentionally took a delay of game penalty while the punt team was on the field. The Jets, however, declined the penalty, which allowed the game clock to continue running. Belichick then orchestrated a second penalty by having a player commit a false start, which the Jets also declined. This sequence of events enabled the Patriots to run off nearly 90 seconds from the game clock without actually snapping the ball. By exploiting this loophole in the NFL rules, the Patriots effectively drained time from the clock, showcasing Belichick's tactical acumen. After Bill Belichick's Patriots exploited a loophole to drain clock time in a blowout win over the Jets, the NFL quickly changed the rules to prevent such tactics in the future. The league's owners approved a new rule that stops the game clock if the offense commits an accepted dead ball foul in the fourth quarter or overtime. This directly targets Belichick's strategy of taking intentional delay of game and false start penalties to run off nearly 90 seconds without snapping the ball. The rule change closes the loophole and ensures teams can no longer manipulate the clock in that manner going forward. While some of the NFL's most notorious plays were once allowed and even celebrated, their impact on player safety was profound. Fortunately, the NFL's rulebook has evolved significantly over the years, often in response to extraordinary and sometimes controversial plays. This evolution reflects an ongoing balancing act between innovation and safety. How do you think the league will continue to evolve its rules to protect players while maintaining the excitement and competitiveness of the game? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please take a moment to show your support. Please give it a thumbs up to let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content that we're sure you'll love.
Asked me to pull up videos and show you what a hip drop tackle was, or if you asked me to demonstrate a hip drop tackle, I wouldn't be able to.